Day Dominicans, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? You have not heard from me for a while, and I heard people are worried about me and wondering what's wrong with me. But I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just cannot wait for the elections to be won and these people to be prosecuted and convicted. But I was thinking earlier. I'm like, when black man with big nose like me come to you with information, you all question me, Tossy, boy, you sure what you saying, boy? You'll have to realize something. Realize I have not been sued. I've never been sued. Because when I come with information, I come with the facts. So when only bigging up Al Jazeera, bigging them up because they white. What else now? A big nose like me cannot be telling you the truth. Right? It's just like when Tony Asifan speaks. When Tony Asifan speaks, he's always correct, to the eyes of Dominicans. But once a black man with big nose like Tossy from Nubia, who used to walk with holes in his pants going to school, all they want to believe me because he don't teach. In only minds he don't teach. Dominicans, I've always had the Montferrat files. I've always had that. I've always been telling you that. I've always been posting things. I've been posting bank account details. But you all don't listen to me. All of a sudden, you jump in and, oh my God, like as if it's the first time. Lennox spoke about it too. But you see, black people, we have big black nose, all you can watch us and believe us. So I've made photocopies of my files. It's amazing, the kind of things I have. kind of things I have. The lady, the Al Jazeera report spoke about a property in New York. Didn't I talk about that, people? But of course. And you realize they're quiet about that. Except that they're saying that a friend just gave you an apartment to live for over a year. And once I disclose that, all you vacated the property. Huh? Now, that property, $2.2 million property, let's say they didn't buy it. It is not theirs. A friend handed that to them to live, to stay for free. That place might be commanding a rent of between 5 and 10,000 US dollars. That's a gift to the wife of the Prime Minister, who is supposed to be answerable to the IPO. Did they declare that gift? Think about it. If it's $10,000 a month, $10,000 by 12 months is 120,000 US dollars. So as soon as the person would have bought that property, they just handed it to Scarrett. You stay there. Melly say you stay there. You have party there. You do whatever you want there. So it happens. I buy a multi-billion-dollar property. I just going to give it to somebody just to just stay for nothing. And all you want to believe Scarrett when he says it's not his? Well, I don't believe him. I don't believe him. But if we believe him, and if it is true, how could you be accepting such gifts? This is madness, my people. This man admitted in writing to Al Jazeera that this place, it was a gift by somebody, a nice person that's giving you a 10,000 US dollar monthly rental property just like that. Just accept it. And we cool with that, Dominicans. But you see, some people want you to focus on the last part of the movie. Because it was a movie, Dominicans, when you watch a movie, although you want to watch the whole hour of the movie, or whole hour and a half of the movie, you want to reach the ending, And when you reach the end of the movie, that's what you always remember, Is when you step back and you say, but wait, somebody say, but they talk about an apartment in New York in that way. Now I watching that again and I realizing, but all that are in that now. Why is I'm focused on the 10 seconds where they mention another person's name? That's all you worry about because that's the end of the movie. That's all you remember. Don't do that, my people. Let us start with the New York apartment. Do you know Melissa's full name? Well, I'll tell you. is Melissa Claire Skerritt. Yes. I have a history in America, you know. Let me start with her. She was connected to 4 addresses in New York. The first being 5514 111th Street, apartment 2B, Corona, New York, 11368. It is alleged that she was married to one Brendan K. Hyson and lived at that address with him. In fact, there was a lien for tax warrant at that address for both Melissa and that Brendan. Yes, Dominicans, you didn't know that? You didn't know she was married? Yes, she was married. The tax warrant was released on October 21st, 2010. She was connected to that address, that first address, until 2010. She was also connected to another address in New York, 1064 Tyler Road, West Hempstead, New York, 11552. Melissa was connected to this address up to 2014. There was also a tax warrant for her, which was released on February 19, 2014. That's when she paid it off, my people. That's what it means. She cleared it. Because money coming in, and she has money now, so she can pay. Before, she couldn't wear Gucci, she couldn't wear Armani, she couldn't wear Christian Louboutin. She couldn't do these things. But all of a sudden, she can do that, and she could clear her tax lien. So she cleared it in 2014, February 19, 2014. The address is connected to the Highfields. I'm told that they are relatives. They are her relatives. And it is alleged that they are family friends, relatives of the Poppans, originally from Goodwill. Yes. You know that. Plenty of you know that. Then we come into the big one. Well, you know. Wait, not even the big one, you know. There is an apartment 475 40th Avenue, apartment 2502, Long Island City, New York, 1110. It is alleged that this was a rented apartment. So they rented that apartment in Long Island. Yes, that is what it is alleged. So it would seem that before they move into the property that was purchased right before they moved into that other property, they lived in another apartment. That is 475 40th Avenue, apartment 2502, Long Island City. It is alleged again that this was a rented apartment. Then we come to the one that Al Jazeera spoke about. They are connecting them to that apartment. Again, 4630 Center Boulevard apartment, 1001, Long Island City, New York, 11109. Melissa was connected to that address as of July 2016, up to the last time I checked. Right? And this is the apartment that Al Jazeera is claiming it seems that they own. Right? That property was once owned by Alot Janet and was listed for sale, not rent, right? Because it was sold by Douglas Elliman Real Estate, the agent being Alexander Pereira. The property was acquired by Alon Janet in 2013 for $1.4 million. Alon Janet is a media person, a journalist. Very rich one. So she bought that for $1.4 million in 2013. The property was then sold and acquired by Porous Holdings LLC, a Delaware registered LLC company. Yes, Dominicans. Porous was registered in May 27th, 2015. 27th of May 2015. Right? So that's Porus, Porus, the company that owned that apartment that Melissa said, Skerrit said, somebody gifted to them to stay for almost a year. That company incorporated on May 27, 2015. And that company purchased the apartment in question on September 10th, 2015. June, July, August, September, approximately 4 months later. So the company, it would seem, was formed in order to purchase that property. That's all. That's all that was the interest of that company. It was formed to purchase that property. All right? It is alleged that the first family, the Skerrit family, moved into the apartment by October 2015. They even spent Christmas there and the early part of 2016. So look at it, Dominicans. The company was registered in May 2015. By April, there was an agreement in place to purchase the property. But during that time, it was registered in May 2015. A sale agreement was signed in April 2015. And by September 2015, it was purchased by Porus. Imagine that. So a company was formed to acquire property. And once it was acquired, that company is hidden in Delaware. Nobody could know. It's like Blackout. Remember Blackout in Dominica? Blackout had some villas in Savanpai. People were directors of the company. But nobody could know who are the true owners of it. Just like Delaware. It is a state in America where you can hide money. You can hide companies. You can hide assets so nobody could find out who are the true owners of that. But look at that. A company registered in May in Delaware where nobody can know who is the owner of the company. In April, that company signed a sale agreement for the purchase of that apartment. And by September 10th of 2015, the deal went through. The full acquisition of the property went through. And then, by October, Skerrit and his family moved into there. Imagine that, Dominicans. Imagine that. And the man wants to tell us we should not believe or we shouldn't form the opinion that the apartment is his. It is a gift for somebody. So somebody is purchasing a $2.5 million property to those US dollars, Dominicans, not EC dollars, And then say, Skerrit, look now, stay there now. Have a good time there. Have parties there now. When Melissa in Dominica, well, you can sex text with Sapphire Sky, and ask her she could come to the apartment too. You could do all that. Which is also illegal under our law because you cannot accept a gift of more than 1,000 EC dollars. You are accepting in the range of about $10,000 a month for at least 12 months. And you expect me to believe that? You expect me to believe that, Skerrit? And you expect Dominicans to believe that? Dominicans, when you are watching a movie, Dominicans, you should, of course, you want to see what is going to happen. Some of us will be like, hey, the movie is going to end just now. We're already starting to figure out how the movie is going to end. And when it ends, you remember that. remember what the last 10 seconds of a movie, but not remembering a man got a nice uppercut. You know how many uppercuts Skerritt got in that Al Jazeera story? All you know that? Apartment in New York. Then people saying it is his. Then people saying a mansion that is being built in Mondanel is Skerritt's own. Then people say that. Up to today, Skerritt cannot tell all you to deny that. Oh, you see that, people? Up to now, Skerritt cannot deny that the mansion being built is his. Al Jazeera come out and say he's building it. Al Jazeera said he's his own. All you heard that? And even show the video of the house. Up till today, Skerritt can come and say, it is not mine. You know why? Because he doesn't know what Al Jazeera has. So he cannot speak early. So he wants you to focus on somebody who is very innocent. Very innocent. Somebody who had no corruption dealing, no corrupt dealings. He wants you to focus on that. No, Dominicans, don't forget that. Don't forget that. You know what happened to Dominicans? A woman contacted me. Said, Trevor, boy, you know I never used to believe you with that big nose you have. But no, boy, I give you respect. But I'm going to tell you something that you will be shocked. My mother is 77 years old. And you know what she's been doing? She's been voting Labour all her life. And that 77-year-old saw the Al Jazeera story that morning when it was released. And Madam said, hear this. Call her daughter and told her daughter, come home. Come, let me show you. Come for you to show me how to put the X by the United Workers' Party. Because I believe everything in the Al Jazeera story. And I'm disgusted. I'm feeling mucho disgust at these guys for them to be attacking Lennox Lincoln. That's what the lady said, a 77-year-old woman who she was voted Labour all her life. She said that's not how she was raised when she was growing up. Where the focus wants to be on another person. Well, the whole story is about Labour Party and the corrupt dealings. That's it. A 77-year-old lady is saying that. And I'm telling the rest of the elderly people who have voted Labour all their life, listen to that, and what do you believe? How could government officials be telling you to focus on one other man? One other man. When the 40 minutes of it is about, thank you, my old granny, who I don't know who you are. I've never met you. I know your daughter. She called me. She contacted me. She told me, yes, she came to your house. She came to your house, to your home. And she taught you how to put the X by workers, because there is no way you are going to be voting for these guys again. An old 77-year-old woman with a head. She can see clearly the evil, the corrupt type of people who are running the country. She can see that. Young people see it too. Take your cool out. Because you know that cool out is from the sale of diplomatic passport. And one thing you don't realize, Dominicans, you wondering how is that every year they man have so much money like that. Part of it is over $1.2 billion. But of course, the majority of it is the renewal of the ambassadorship, the renewal of the diplomatic passport. You don't see how them fellas line that up nicely? Every year. Every 5 years, them and diplomatic passports need renewal. You realize that? So of course they have to come back and pay for the renewal. And that is how them man getting their money. Oh, do you see that, my Dominicans? Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Focus on from the start to the end of the movie. And look at the exciting parts of it. Look at the parts that show how evil and corrupt these guys are. Because there is so much about them. And tell Skerritt to deny the apartment in New York and the mansion being built in Mondanel is not his. Because Al Jazeera says what they have to say. He said he was going to sue. Why is he not suing yet? Sue them. Sue them. Let me see Al Jazeera mash you up. Sue them. Because you say you're going to sue, and all of a sudden you're quiet. It was Lennox Linton and his operatives. I guess me too. That you said you were going to sue. Why are you not suing them? Dominicans, focus. Refocus. Workers, refocus. Refocus. Don't let that nonsense keep you away from polling day. Don't. Go and vote. Go and vote. And let us remove these guys once and for all. And remember, it is now or never. If you don't do it now, we will never get the opportunity. Because I told Lennox, if you all see in the light and you still want them fellas there, done with politics. As you know, I am retiring from all these things on December 6th. Right? I'm retiring. I done with that. I have a wife, I have a home, soon I'll have a family, kids running around, I don't have time for the nonsense. So I'm warning you all, do the right thing. Have a nice day.